There we go.
You're listening to the randomness that is 420radio.com.
All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
You're listening to the randomness that is 420radio.com. Sorry, that's 420radio.ca. Powered by ADHD and fueled by cannabis.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Yippity yip. Somebody howled? Who howled?
Was that Darcy?
That was me.
We may as well get into my weed review.
He wasn't howling. He was singing along on the song.
I was.
That was his
may as well get into the Sour Jack review.
Yeah, it's good.
Take it as a positive.
I've been
Very
laughing
sociable.
too hard to light the damn thing.
Very, very sociable, Lenny.
So, welcome to the
why I
420
like that
Radio
strain.
Show. We are live here at 420radio.ca. I'm in Toronto. The guys are in Nova Scotia. Hillary is somewhere in Ontario. And,
Somewhere's out there.
I don't know where C is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where C is.
The neighbor. Oh, C. Oh, I know where C is.
The neighbor's not here. He'll pop in. He always does.
Oh, yeah.
The neighbor. Our hobo.
Yeah. The sea is in Nova Scotia too.
Oh,
the
okay.
seas.
Oh,
So is the ocean, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. So you're playing with shrooms, are you?
No, I'm smoking this really awesome tasting strain.
What are you smoking?
I am smoking Sour Jack.
Oh, this is what somebody that you know gave you.
Yeah, it's a cross between Sour Diesel and Jack Harrer,
Are we saying who it was?
if you want.
Yeah, I don't care.
Hmm.
No secret.
It's no secret that it came from Lenny now.
Yeah.
No, this is Lenny's second grow, and it looks awesome. It tastes amazing.
It does. It's very lemony.
I can pretty much
Definitely
guarantee
it definitely has a lot of limonene and pinene.
Yeah, I can guarantee I'm not sharing much of this jar with anybody. Sorry if that was what was supposed to happen, but I'm keeping it for myself.
I'm going to take 5 grams and squish it and see what I get for a rosin return.
I think you'll get a nice rosin. Actually, Darcy, I want some rosin out of that, actually.
Actually, you know what? I'll give you 5 grams and you can squish that for me, too.
Obviously, I got a lot more. But.
Obviously, I understand that, but no,
Do you want me to
mind
puck
trying
one?
that as rosin. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want me to puck one up, Darcy?
What's that?
I'll turn 5 grams into a puck.
Yeah, definitely.
Squish that for me.
Yeah.
Because this tastes awesome. I imagine it's going to have amazing...
Darce, what did you
now,
pay
why
for
I
your...
like the strain is I find it's definitely like an uplifting, energetic...
Oh yeah, you can taste it.
Strain.
You can, as soon as you taste it, you know that you're in for a nice head high. And,
what is it again?
Sour Jack.
Sour Jack. Is that a cross with Jack Herrera and something?
Sour Diesel.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Sour Diesel crossed with Jack Herrera, and it's a very heavy sativa
couch lock. I would
strain
think.
To begin with.
No,
but. Also, because
I find after 30, 45 minutes when it comes down, you kind of have a little bit of like a lull.
And then you wake up.
Yeah, you'll see me and Darcy. Will start.
It's one of those pothead moments where you're like, oh yeah, I'm here. I call them gravity pockets.
I've never had one of those.
Yeah, I find I get a pretty. I always just kind of assume because I went so up on it, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Fuck you, you're falling down."
I've never had that issue. It doesn't matter what it is; it wakes me up.
No, I find it with this particular strain, like it definitely picks me up, but I do find after it wears off, I'm like, I can go to sleep now.
It drops you hard.
I find it does for me anyway.
Cool.
But you know what? I don't mind that.
I could just fall asleep anyways.
Yeah, because quite frankly, if I wanted to stay awake, I'd just smoke some more.
Well, let's smoke some more then. I'm smoking some.
Did you smoke any of this tonight, Lenny?
Watermelon, I think.
I don't smoke on the show. I told you guys that.
You should go out like Darcy does, and then come back and be all smiles like Darcy is. Like, look at him.
Well, honestly, I like that. When I get it, I find it gives you a permagrin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does, Lenny.
And to be honest, not all cannabis does that to me. To be fair.
No, I like it. It's nice, clean ash. Good job on flushing it and
I
curing
definitely
it.
I knew I flushed it okay.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of my trim, but I'm a busy fella.
Actually, I like your trim. I know guys that have been growing for years that still can't trim like that.
No, geez, no, Lenny.
I'll admit it was a wet trim.
Yeah. No,
that's
nothing.
Actually, a wet trim with a dry polish at the end a little bit.
So, okay, so you trimmed it when?
As soon as I harvested.
When did you harvest it, I mean?
What's that?
How long ago did you harvest it?
That's probably about 4 weeks age now.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be about 4 weeks.
I dried it. It was about 12 to 14 days dry. I burped it a little bit in the mason jars, and that's it.
So here's my rating on it, Lenny.
Yeah.
I'm smoking the whole fucking joint in one shot. And that normally doesn't happen because I don't like the taste of pot, but I love this.
I honestly, the first time I had Sour Jack, it was something you gave me.
Sorry, that was me. I have another computer hooked up.
No, but the first time I ever had Sour Jack, I got it from Marcel, actually, and I fell in love right away.
No, it didn't come from me.
No, the first joint I did. I had Boston Pizza that night.
Yeah.
And we won't say who we got it from.
Yeah.
Passed a few hands. I know the originator, and
yeah,
I know the cannabis elf that got me the cut. I won't rat them out.
Nope.
But but I know where it originally came from. It's a great strain.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, like if we want to talk cannabis law, if we can't, Turo Cannabis can't bring this in.
No.
I wish I could illegally.
Yeah.
I have that same strain, Lenny, but it's crossed with Purple Orange, which is a 2-to-1 THC to CBD.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to create. I'm trying to create a 3-to-1 CBD to THC to CBD. So
I have CBD questions that I'd like to ask at some point in the evening. But
we can go right on to it.
We can do it right now.
All right. Well,
give her, buddy.
Okay.
They were just commenting because I gave them.
I know. I was just getting everything set up and saying hi. What I've started doing, guys, just so you know, just so that we can interact with our listeners on Facebook, I've actually used my phone to go in the chat on the video. Right.
Well, I saw that we had a phone number for people to call in.
Yeah, that phone number is old, but you can call in on Skype, and eventually we will have a number that you can call in. I'm waiting to. I lost another computer. So
wait, now what was
the question?
What's the CBD question?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
as everybody knows, I'm getting ready to start my first grow, and I'm slow. I got like 8 different strains I'm trying to come up with. A list of how many I want to try and see what I can do. So one of the strains that I want to grow for sure is a plain old CBD only. Any suggestions? Can I do it with just hemp even?
Abidecal.
Who to what?
Abidecal,
which is, if you can get your hands on Abidecal, it's a very high CBD hemp strain.
So is Susie Q, Marcel.
Okay, now can I grow that with my cannabis?
It would be included in your. It would be included with your
It's
four
part of
plants.
your 4 plants.
Okay, the reason I'm asking that way is because, you know, since I've known anything about pot, I've been told that you don't grow hemp and pot together. Okay, so explain why I would even think about bringing that up, please, Marcel, because you know exactly where I'm going.
Legally there's a hemp license, and then there's a cannabis license, and hemp doesn't fall under the Cannabis Act. It falls under Agricultural Canada.
So if you get caught growing hemp with a medical license, you can get yourself into trouble?
You can get yourself in trouble because that's an Agricultural Canada, and it's a completely different set of forms.
Can you get licensed for both?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
If you want to fill out the forms for hemp, but the last I heard, and I haven't checked and verified this on myself, but somebody told me lately that the forms now state that you have to be looking at growing 1,000 acres of hemp to get a hemp license.
I heard there was some crazy limp. At one time...
That was never there. At one time, if you wanted to grow a 10-acre test crop, you could do it.
Yeah, but at one time you had to have at least 6 acres, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There was a minimum. Now they're telling you that the minimum is some ludicrous number that only makes it viable for commercial people that are going to be doing it.
Regardless of all that, I'm pretty sure the authorities, if you had 4 Avadecal plants,
they wouldn't know the difference.
They wouldn't know the difference.
And I think you would be the least of their fucking concern.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be the least of their worry.
Plants.
Yeah. Well, but the main reason
Avadecal will test in around 25%.
Now,
CBD.
is that a good strain for animals?
Now, technically, is Avadecal actually hemp? I think it's actually registered as cannabis, technically.
I don't know. It depends on which country, because when I saw it, they were trying to get it into Spain under hemp.
But I don't think in Canada Avadecal is actually registered as...
or not get it into Spain, get it out of Spain.
Maybe just somebody hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah.
It's usually what it
and
is.
the problem is it still has too high of a THC level.
Yeah, so I think it's technically cannabis anyway. But that's what to say. Honestly, Al, the hemp varieties approved in Canada are all really, really low. Like CBD.
You're talking
Charlotte's Web or
3%.
ACDC, Susie Q, like Darcy said, or Avadecal. They're technically cannabis, and you get way more CBD in it anyway.
Yeah, your Avadecal is a Turkostrom strain, and it comes in at right around 1% THC and 16 to 19% CBD. But your terpene profile on it is crazy. Your beta myrcene is 60%.
So is this a good strain to experiment with doggy treats with?
If
I stumped him.
Okay.
Somebody Google,
all right.
quick.
So here's my thing. I've been doing dog treats for years.
And you know that.
So
with
I know
Buster,
where you're going with this.
But you know with Buster, I was giving him full bore fucking oil, right? When he had
too
cancer.
much.
He was
more than the dog needed.
No, he had cancer. He was comfortable, and he got 3 years.
Yeah, you were using it as an
life,
end of life. But if you're talking CBD treats for arthritis and
Yeah.
things like that,
Yeah.
and things, if you do what they typically do, which is they take the CBD product, whether it's the plant matter or whatever, they put it in the baked good, and then they bake the thing in the oven. It's baked in there at such a high temperature for so long to bake out all the moisture that you've
burns out
vaporized
the THC.
all of the CBD anyways.
Oh, it vaporizes the CBD as well.
Well, it's no different than putting it in your vape pen.
But does it vape at a higher or a lower temperature than THC?
It's so close. It's only off by like 10 degrees.
So what I should be doing is looking for a maybe a 80-20 in that case then?
80-20 what?
To do a cookie.
So do you want to bake the CBD in the cookie, or why not make the cookie and then make an icing that has exactly how much CBD you want per cookie.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you make a little meat icing.
No.
Marcel, stop giving all our recipes away on air.
No.
I'm not giving them away. But I'll sell. I've got a recipe that I know that dogs love, and I'll sell it to you. I have no problem with that. But meat's not a good thing because meat can go bad.
Yeah. No, I was kidding. But
right.
like all I'm getting at is, okay, so for somebody who is doing their first grow, you want to be very particular if you're going to do it right. You want to be
right.
particular.
And if you're going to grow a high CBD strain like Avidecal or something like that, then and all 4 plants, then and you only get
there's going to be more than 4 plants.
But out of your 4 plants, you end up with less than an ounce.
Yeah.
Are you going to be happy? Because that's pretty typical.
Is that typical of
CBD strains?
CBD
Usually
strains?
don't yield a lot. Usually,
no, very poor yielders.
And they can be tall fuckers too, can't they?
Yeah, because they're hemp, or they've got the hemp characteristics to them, and to drive up the CBD.
But there is more CBD in the cannabis variety as opposed to the hemp variety.
Yes, by far.
In Canada, illegal hemp strains like X59 and shit, they're like 2 or 3% CBD if you're lucky.
Jesus.
So to get any quantity, you literally have to go and do like 20 acres.
We've seen hemp farms. You need a lot.
There's one. I think one of the first ones in Canada was just outside of Barrie, and it's been there for years and years and years. I think out around Molson Park, around there.
But it depends on what they're growing hemp for, because hemp can be grown. They were doing
it for industrial, I believe.
Right. So with hemp, you can grow it for seed, and in your licensing, you have to tell them what you're going to use it for. So you can grow it for seed. So that's what Manitoba Harvest does, and they grow seed crops. So they try and get as much seed as they can, so they can press it into hemp seed oil. And you can grow it for fiber. And then with fiber, you want tall plants. So ideally, they go for males. Is your ideal plant for the fiber style, because you can get
but then you're
a single strand of fiber 24 feet long.
Right? But then you're mixing males and females.
With hemp, you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of seeds. You're going to have males and females no matter what.
Yeah, I think I'll stay away from hemp.
Thanks. Yeah, you literally, when you buy hemp seeds, it comes like a bucket full of seeds.
No, I know. I've seen that. Yeah.
Because that's how many you better be thrown out in there.
Hell, just call Dana Larson.
Yeah. Look at all the hemp seeds that he sent out over the years. So there's hemp everywhere.
Hemp everywhere. Well, we did, you remember way back when we had our 420 seed drop thing. You remember that? Yeah, that was like that was very naive thinking back then to even say something like that. Telling everybody to run around and dump seeds
seeds.
But look at
the publicity it got with the pot plants popping up in front of City Hall and police stations and everything else.
Sure, but how many crops did it fuck up? That's my point.
How many crops do the neighbors fuck up in your neighborhood?
I know. Because
they don't know. I went around to all my neighbors and checked their plants, make sure that there are no males. They love it. I love it. Everybody has females around them. That's more of a community-minded thing, and being able to trust your neighbors.
So, while I'm selecting strains,
yes,
obviously I want to look at things that are said to be good for this and said to be good for that, but they don't always work.
No,
right? You got to try them yourself.
Seriously, that's not where you're at and where you're going to be growing. That's not what you should be doing. You got to first look at your climate and conditions that you live in for selecting a strain, because we're in Canada. Yeah. So if we're getting genetics from California, they're not going to do outdoors what they do in California.
Yeah. So you got to go to a Canadian.
So you've got to
seed
go to
company.
your climate.
Yeah.
So look at your climate. Think of us as more along the line of seeds coming out of Amsterdam, not out of California. Sorry, I mean California growers, it's awesome shit, but we're talking outdoor growing here.
The genetics will grow around here, but you're going to have to climatize them, and it's going to take you a lot more than one season.
That's right.
Do they not grow in California up in the mountains where it snows?
Yeah, but it's totally different climate.
No, I realize that, but they do grow up there as well, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's all... Washington State's full of mountains.
They've got snow up in the mountains year round, right?
Yeah, but you don't grow cannabis in the snow.
No.
Right?
Although I've seen some pictures of cannabis growing in snow.
Yeah, but that's not on purpose.
No.
that actually happened out in Calgary, didn't it? That was the one where they got dumped on snow early.
Unless you grow your maize al Sharif or I Sharif, it grows up in the mountains in Afghanistan, and they wait until it snows to harvest it.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, some people do that here in Canada as well.
But see, wait for snow and harvest so they can turn a lot of it into hash.
Yeah, I had one here. Grew it in a couple years ago. Marcel gave me a clone, and it didn't finish until November 5th, and there wasn't a speck of mold in it, and it was the sugariest, sweetest tasting smoke that I've ever grown. It was beautiful.
But yeah, it's pick strains specific for where you're at. Look at what you have for
Ontario.
weather, right? Well, there's a chart that'll show you.
Oh, I did it again. Hold on a second.
Oh, Al just went to Facebook, I think.
No, I clicked. I didn't mean to click on the video, and I did.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
So you can go online and find the charts that show you what your growing zone is. So see how much of a difference are to Southern California, where a lot of strains are bred and that put out on the market.
Well, I mean, I have a good idea of a few strains.
Arizona is another one that they have a lot of seed breeders.
Yeah.
Arizona weather is not the same as Ontario.
So
and definitely not like Nova Scotia. But Amsterdam seeds are much closer. So when you get into Northern Europe and those types of seeds, the strains coming out of them seem to work a little better in Canada than the Southern U.S. strains. And I mean, I love the Southern U.S. for indoors, beautiful, but not for outdoors in Canada. And everybody thinks they can get away with, well, I've grown DJ Schwartz blueberry for years indoors, should do just as fine outdoors. No, it doesn't. Try it. You'll literally waste nutrients and soil.
Okay. So you really have to watch even where the breeders are.
Definitely.
All right.
If you're growing outdoors.
So
if you're growing indoors, it doesn't matter.
So you choose your breeder first, and then you look at see what they've got. Is that basically what you do?
Look at your location first and think about what you want. So here on the east coast of Canada, we have no choice. We've got to look for strains that are hardy against mold and powdery mildew.
Hey, Marcel.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you off for a second.
Because you're yelling at me, yeah.
Well, yes, because I can do half of my grow segment with Al.
Sure. Okay. Maybe we'll shut up about this.
All right.
We'll save it for
because I was just thinking of 4 or 5 different seed breeders that he could that are really good because they're tried, tested, and true because they've been around for almost 40 years. So
now you see. Yeah. Okay. Now here's the other thing. I have a lot of people who are OGs, as we call them, who swear against using seeds and only use clones.
Why? Do they have mother plants that they're selling clones from?
I don't know.
Well, where do people get clones from?
People who have seeds.
Yeah, people who are growing plants. And they have to all start from a seed. So, I mean, clones are nice because you get them, they're already rooted, and boom, as soon as they grow a branch, you've got a plant.
Yeah. And you hope it's a female.
and you hope that the guy that sold you the clone has got a female. You can also buy seeds that are feminized and hope that they're feminized.
Well, this is another question that we're going to present is I want to try and do some quickies and then full term. So I'm going to try some autos.
So you want to do some autoflowers first, which is a great way to learn.
Yep.
Right?
Like I'll do them all at the same time, but I'll put some autoflowers in.
Autoflowers can produce beautiful bud.
Yeah.
You just have to.
It's a lot less though, right?
Well,
no, not really.
Not really. You can get big amounts. It's you get out of the plant what you put into it, but
it's the quality, Al.
Are forgiving.
Okay. I get you.
They're way more forgiving as a plant.
And it's the quality of the genetic, too, when it comes to autoflower, because there's so many of them out there that are mediocre. Then you get into your really good genetics, and then you get into your top-tier elite autoflower genetics. And I know people out there listening to me are saying, ha, 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 what the fuck's that? That there actually are some companies out there right now that are producing top-tier elite autoflower genetics, man. I'll give a shout-out to Fast Bud Seeds, man. They seem to hit a home run with their genetics, man, because people are buying them up like crazy, and they're getting awesome reviews, and they hit them levels of yields in THC that these new waves, the new wave of smokers and young growers want to hit, right? They want that high THC stuff, right? So
they think they do.
Well, no, that's what they want. Well, yes, Marcel, you're right, but that's what they want. They want that high THC. When really, if they only knew that something that's 15 to 20%, but well balanced, is a lot better.
Right, because they would stay that high, but last longer in most cases. Yeah. Make it prolong the high. Don't go for the high THC because that's going to be your quick buzz. Same thing as go and try and distill it.
You know what?
96%, 98% THC.
I don't like distillate. It's too much. I find it actually makes me quite cranky, distillate.
No, yeah. but that's but it's what they pushed on the market, and that's what everybody wants is that distillate. When really that whole plant, that black whole plant crude is way better.
The market doesn't know what they want because the market is taking what they're given. So if the legal market is giving them distillate, they have no choice. They're getting distillate, right? And we've already talked about why the black market does that, or why the legal market does it. The black market can do whatever they want, but the people using the black market aren't talking as much as the people using the legal market. Because black market you can get distillate cheap on the black market.
Yeah.
But is it worth it for that quick little high and no shitty taste? Yeah, if that's what you're looking for.
I don't like it. I mean, I've had it, I've tried it. I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it could have its use. Other than the fact that it's pretty much tasteless. It's pretty much odorless unless they've added terpenes into it. So you can put it into edibles and make your edibles taste good. But now think about this. If the LPs are using something that's pretty much tasteless and pretty much odorless as a product, why are some of their edibles still tasting so shitty?
Yeah, really though.
Right? So how bad is that recipe that they started with before they put that in it? Because I've tasted some pretty horrible. And I'll give credit. I love those Edison chocolate balls. They're fucking awesome. Good job on those, Edison. But I haven't had anybody else. Was it the Chewy Wowies or something like that? They were okay.
Chewy Wowies?
Yeah, I forget what they're called. It was a deal that I was in New Brunswick and went into the liquor store there, or their Cannabis NB, and they had a sale on of any 5 edibles for $30. And I figured, well, $6 a piece is a pretty good deal if I buy every one of the most expensive edibles. So I tried them. And some of them would make money. The other one is that, was it called High Street? That drink from Tweed's beverage.
Oh, the Coke, the cola?
Whatever. Call it what you want. I call it hospital floor cleaner. But if they use distillate, where did that horrid taste come from? Did they purposely make it taste worse than Buckley's or what? And Buckley's is bad, but it works.
They paid millions of dollars for that campaign.
Who?
Buckley's.
He didn't pay a cent for that campaign. He made his money off of that campaign. That campaign was awesome.
There you go.
That campaign more than paid for itself in sales.
So, can we move the conversation along for a minute?
By all means.
All right. Delta 8.
Yep.
Tell me what it is.
Delta 8's a THC that comes from cannabis, and that's mostly what you're seeing in the distillates on the market now.
And why is it such a big deal right now?
Because they got a glut of it, and it's gone rock bottom prices even on the black market, so they really want to push it. It's not as psychoactive as Delta 9, so even ingesting it, it doesn't convert to hydroxy 11.
It doesn't impair. Yeah, it's less impairing.
Less impairing. So this is why the medical side.
It does have some anti-inflammatory effect.
Yeah.
Does it?
But right now, it's kind of like CBD. They ended up with a glut of CBD on the market because everybody was producing it. Now they've got so much they don't know what to do with it.
Now they're all chasing Delta 8.
Delta 8's now the big one that they're pushing. They've got so much.
Are they going backwards?
Yeah, eventually they'll catch on that whole plant extracts are the way to go. As bad as they taste, they work.
They work better.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's isolated THC, isolated Delta 8, isolated CBD. When you isolate them all, they don't work as well.
Yeah. The entourage effect.
With everything together, they all seem to work better together.
Yeah. The entourage effect is real. Call it a symbiosis. I feel like a big word.
Yeah, but you'll see Delta 8's going to keep getting popular.
I've seen 4 or 5 articles now about it, and I've actually had a listener ask me if I've ever tried it. And apparently it's very big on the market down in the States, but I guess I've never seen it listed anywhere here.
I don't think anyone in Canada, like from an LP, has really gone there yet. I have a feeling it got a little popular in the States too, because I think it was bypassing some of the fuckery of the THC.
Well, is it under the same? Is it under the same
Canada?
guise as
Canada. It's under the Cannabis Act.
So it is listed as CBD is.
It would be all the cannabinoids are under the Cannabis Act.
Huh.
But I've heard about Delta 8 about a year ago. I know there's pharma companies working on it too. Like that's their big thing. So,
well, one of the articles that I saw basically said, swap this for this. You're basically swapping your doobie for a pill. Now, I was on.
It's not the same thing.
I was on that. What was that? That Nabalone shit for 5 years.
And that's synthetic THC Delta 9.
Yeah.
And it doesn't convert the same way as into hydroxy 11.
I slept a lot.
Yeah. It is sedating. Nabalone's sedating as fuck.
I have a friend that he's a breeder. He's bred some of the best strains on the planet that everybody smokes today, and he likes Sesamat because it gives him a good. Yeah, which gives them a good night's sleep.
Well, also when you don't have a lot of cannabis, it will help offset so that you do have.
This guy is never without cannabis. I mean,
you know what I mean. I didn't have a lot of cannabis. I didn't have access to it even.
So does it work as a good substitute?
I wouldn't say that I was altogether happy with it. I ended up with some bad back pain over it. Don't know if it was liver or kidney or what. So when I stopped taking it, it stopped. It was very sedative. I found that when I did take it, I slept a lot, and it made me grumpy.
It's not something you could drive on for sure.
No, I wouldn't have. No. I mean, I took, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening kind of thing. So it was an all-day thing. I was okay.
Did you ever build up, was this a daily thing, or did you ever get a chance to build up a tolerance to it?
At near the end, when I stopped, when I was thinking about stopping to taking it, yeah. Because it was just I was sleeping and I was grumpy, period. Yeah. So it wasn't worth it, I don't think. I mean, it's covered.
I've never tried it, so that's why I always ask so many questions. It's covered under
most of the plans and ODSP here in Ontario. And it became a crutch, though,
What about Sativex? Could you have gotten Sativex?
I tried, but at the time they said they were not.
It was only for men.
For anybody that other than people with MS.
Yeah, it was only for MS.
Yeah.
And then they allowed people undergoing chemo from cancer.
I think what it was also the drugstore up in the little town that I lived in couldn't get it.
Yeah,
so
it's also friggin' expensive.
Yeah,
it's crazy expensive,
and it's not covered.
It was a box of 4 bottles was $140 out of my pocket after my insurance paid.
And you can make that on your stovetop.
I could make that on my stovetop for less than $10.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
and mine wouldn't taste near as bad and would be probably 300 times more powerful.
Actually, didn't GW Farmer get sold for like $7 billion or $12 billion this week?
Yeah,
are you serious?
Like that. Yeah,
yeah, it was billions.
Who bought them?
Some other pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
GW
so expected to always stay shitty tasting.
They at one time GW Pharmacies had the largest cannabis grow on the planet, and nobody knew.
And the strain was all one strain.
Yeah, well, they were using it for the Sativex, right?
It's a horrible, and Sativex was for MS. It's a horrible strain for MS. Because I know the breeder. I've used this strain. I've tried the strain. I've tried Sativex, and it's nothing good in it for MS. MS needs more indica than anything, especially when they're ingesting them. My issue was the fact that, because I figured it out, each bottle worked out to have roughly about 2 grams of cannabis value in it. So it was roughly $80 a gram is what cannabis worked out to. If you're just using bud instead. Crazy expensive and very low dose ineffective.
I got a question here. This has been something that's been bugging me for a while, and this is probably debatable. When you get down to a distillate, and does it really not the whole indica sativa thing's controversial anyway, although I know in the flower you get that different feeling. But really, when you get down to some 90% distillate, does it really fucking make it indicate where a plant came from anymore?
No,
because really THC is an entity. It's a chemical.
Doesn't it just strip it down right to the THC, so it wouldn't matter what plant it
That's
came
what
from?
I know. Right. The reason I'm making fun is because there's so many oils out there. Oh, this is an indica oil, or this is an indica edible, or a sativa edible, and I'm kind of fucking like
they don't have the same effects because regardless,
taking out the other microcannabinoids and the terps.
Right. those are what give you the difference between the different strains. So
exactly. So I laugh every time everyone does it.
I have never been able to, and I still today, I could never tell you if an edible was a sativa or an indica.
All hits me the same in edible.
Because hydroxy 11 is the same. But smoking it, I can definitely tell you
smoking,
the difference.
100%.
Yeah.
The strains are different. But I laugh because if you go to the liquor store, oh, this is a sativa oil. This is an indica. Oh, they do in the black market too. This chocolate's sativa. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
But everyone falls for it.
Yeah, well, but everybody falls for this stuff only because they've never been educated, and they only get educated if they're willing to learn.
Well, they also never thought of it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because they might, like, the capsules, the daytime capsules and the nighttime capsules. That I can see. I can see us having a daytime capsule and a nighttime capsule. And the only difference, and it could actually be the same oil, it's only the nighttime capsule, you're going to add a lot more CBN to it and make it very sedative, and people will go to sleep.
Because I'll give everybody a tip. Theoretically, Nabalone is just basically Delta 9 THC synthetic version.
Yeah. Yep.
It's pretty much as pure as you can get almost. I know it's synthetic but it's fucking sedating.
But it's sedating, and I think what happens is it probably converts a lot to CBN instead of hydroxy 11.
It's not technically Delta 9. It's similar.
Right.
But anyway,
but instead of converting to hydroxy 11 like THC does, maybe it converts.
I don't think it converts. I just think it hits the receptor the way it does it, and it just does it. But
cool.
No, but anyway, I just had this debate with some people just because someone was trying to sell me oil. And they're calling it this. I was like, you're fucking stupid. Go away.
We have somebody that that's built their whole business on sativa seed oil, and they claim that sativa seed oil is completely different than hemp seed oil because it's made from sativa plants.
You claim it, but I don't think so.
Right. There's no THC, and there is CBD in their oil. It's a cold press oil. It's no different than hemp seed oil, but their whole marketing is that it's not hemp seed oil, it's sativa. So people can say whatever they want.
No, I would just, but if you really, I just kind of wonder if you guys have the same thoughts or opinions that I did.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, we all think along the same line.
Yeah.
And that's we don't get to debate much because we tend to agree with each other more than anything.
No. I was just curious if somebody had a different opinion, and just to me, just any oil I've had stuff labeled as sativa oil or an indica oil.
I'm waiting for my phone to load up.
It's the fucking same in the end to me. But especially the distillates, especially when you get down to those distillates, it's like there's not much left in her besides the THC. Like, how can it be that much different?
Is it different?
What happened there?
I'm getting ready to put a song.
Oh, weird. You know you're sharing your screen now, just out of curiosity.
I know.
How many tabs are porn ones?
One, two. Spin Doctors? They still alive?
Yes, they are. This is from their Zoom that they just did on November 15th. So I thought we'd listen to what time is it, and then we'll come back and we'll continue our conversation right here on the 420 radio show. Does that sound
I haven't
good to you
heard
guys?
that band in a long time.
I know. I love they're one of my favorite bands, actually. So.
Really?
All right, we'll be right back. Well, I've also gotten to know Mark, the bassist. He's been on the show. This is the Spin Doctors.
Are they Canadian?
No.
Right,
Eric
I'm just
is.
curious.
The lead guitarist lives in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
this guy here, Eric. All right, Spin Doctors. Here we go. Huh.
Hey, play again, sir.
Then pay his internet bill.
What time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No. It's just early. What time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No. It's just early. It's my bread and butter. He got no other. It's on the TV. The spins on me. A president, he sweat through his talcum. Newspaper man where he watched like a falcon. Hey daddy, oh I'm sorry Mr. President, look where you been, man? Use a little English to doctor the spin. Hey, what time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No. It is early. It's my bread and butter. He got no other. It's on the TV. Spins on me. Doctor, shucks, so sad. What time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No. It's just early. It's my bread and butter. Ain't got no other. It's on the TV. Spins on me. Spins on me. Yeah, the spins on me. The spins on me. Yeah, the spins on me. Yeah, the spins on me.
That was the Spin Doctors. This
is actually really good.
Yeah,
they had a great debut, no question. What year did that come out? Do you remember? 1991,
something like that. We used to go see them at Canada's Wonderland a lot. I've interviewed them. The first professional interview that I did was with Mark White. Oh, hold on.
But
playing the next
anyway,
one.
I have been seeing like just the 30 years, like 1991.
Yeah.
If you actually Google the song, actually, like, there's some crazy ass. That was a crazy ass fucking year for music. I'll tell you that.
Letterman had a lot to do with that because he had a lot of the bands that were the younger bands that were coming up in the 90s on his show. Like these guys played on
91
all the time.
was like, you have, like, I'm looking at it right now. Like, it's quite the range. Like, there was Paul Abdul, Rush.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just saying there was some, like, Naughty by Nature, OPP.
You're looking at the top 10?
I just hit, like, songs in 1991. Right here, right now, Jesus Jones, a nice big one-hit wonder. Good Vibrations by Marky Mark. But there's some major shit, too. Like, Losing My Religion by R.E.M. was huge. You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses. Bryan Adams, that big fucking album he had, was out that year. What's that song? The Robin Hood song?
I don't know. It was overplayed. I can't stand Bryan
Everything
Adams.
I Do,
Sorry,
whatever
Bryan.
it was. Enter Sandman was Metallic. That was the Black Album here.
Yeah.
A little fucking band that I kind of like, this little band called Nirvana, and Smells Like
I
Teen
love
Spirit.
Nirvana. Yep.
That kind of hit that year. Mysterious Ways, U2. 91 was fucking crazy.
I went to see a couple of years ago to see Boy George and the Culture Club, and at the First Canadian Centre, which is, used to be St. Lawrence Centre, right? And that place is made for sound, and it was one of the best concerts I've seen. Sound quality and performance wise, they were bang on. It was like seeing them when they were in their prime. I really enjoyed it.
Best concert that just sounded like.
But then I went and saw The Who a couple of years ago, and they sucked. Sorry, but they sucked.
No, I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers once, and they didn't play very well, or they just were terrible. It didn't transcribe. Like I know they're a great band. Don't get me wrong, but that performance that night just didn't play out.
I've seen bands that sounded great live in person, and then I've seen bands who just don't cut it, but their albums are amazing.
And some nights, did you have a bad night, or the sound just didn't work? Like, I've probably seen Sloan, a band out of Halifax, like probably fucking 12, 13 times.
Really?
I've seen that. But I've seen them 2 or 3 times. It's like, ugh, just stink up the show, right? But all the other nights were amazing.
We used to go to Canada's Wonderland and see the concerts there. My sister and I, when we were doing What's Up Toronto magazine, and some of the bands that rolled through there were pretty good. Have you ever seen any concerts here in Ontario at any of the venues?
What's it called? The amphitheater? It was the Molson Amphitheater.
Yeah,
I saw the Cranberries there.
Now it's the Budweiser stage.
Yeah, I ended up mostly. I went to Montreal, like the Bell Center. Just a closer flight for me. That's all. We're driving.
What I miss, one of the biggest things growing up in the city of Toronto was going down to the Forum down in Ontario Place, where Molson Amphitheater or Budweiser stage is, where you could go and see people like Peter Tosh one day and B.B. King the next. Okay, my mom would go with her picnic basket, get a couple of bottles of wine at the bar there, and they would give you the little bottles, and you'd go and you'd sit on the grass and you'd listen to music, eat your cheese, have your wine and cheese parties and stuff like that. There's no venues like that anymore at all. No, and it's sad.
In general, like I've been to the one in Toronto, but I was also the one in Boston. I can't even remember what it's called. It's out by where the football team is. I saw Green Day at that, but I find amphitheaters in general, the sound is so amazing. That must be just the way that hill elevates up. I have no idea, but it's just so good.
Yeah, I like outdoor music.
I guess that's why they exist.
Outdoor music. I don't particularly like seeing concerts in concert halls anymore because the sound quality just isn't there. But you go outside and it's
if they're too
what you
loud
hear.
And it's echoing, it sucks.
Yeah, like when they first finished the Sky Dome, what we used to call the Sky Dome.
I still call it the Sky Dome.
Yeah, so do I. When they first finished that and they started having concerts in there, a lot of the bands complained because the sound went so high up, it didn't bounce back like it's supposed to, right? They had the same issue at the Air Canada Centre, and they actually built a tent that goes over the stage and projects the sound, right? The sound at Budweiser is or Molson.
Yeah, I was just what it was called when I was there.
It's changed so many times over the years. I just call it Ontario Place.
Well, what's the Maple Leafs or Scotiabank Centre now, or whatever the fuck the Leafs play there? They changed that.
Scotiabank Centre, yeah.
It's called the Scotia.
Yeah.
They call it the Scotia. It was the Air Canada Centre.
Yeah. To me, it's always going to be Air. Same as Halifax. It's still the fucking Metro Centre, because we're actually called the Scotiabank Centre too, aren't we, Darcy?
Yeah, Halifax.
Yeah, I think. They changed, but I think it's actually the same name, Scotiabank Centre.
A couple of years ago, Al Graham and all of us, we went to an event where the Headstones played, and we were right there in the pit.
That's a great band. I do like the Headstones.
Yeah, and we were right in the pit, and Hugh Dillon didn't even want to stay on stage, so he just went into the crowd the whole night. There was only a couple hundred people there. But it was, I've seen, the Headstones is one of those bands that I've seen repeatedly.
I've seen them 3 or 4.
Yeah, the first time I saw them was at the original Horseshoe Tavern when it was the whole place. And I actually took a date who had a crush on Hugh Dillon, and then we went and met him, and she almost fell over. But they're a band that I thoroughly enjoy. There's a few Canadian bands.
Was that Mohawk Hugh Dillon at the time?
Yep. It was when he had just started doing Akimbo logo. No, what was that one? Not Akimbo logo. That was Hardcore logo. Yeah, which he was claimed to be a Canadian Mickey Rourke style actor, right? I mean, he's actually done a fair amount of movies.
Acting.
Yeah. Yep.
They had some. I can't even remember what it was. It was a little mini series a few years ago. I know
he was on
ATV. I know he's on some CTV, ATV thing, but
Hugh Dillon.
I can't even remember what it was. I gotta go look it up. It's a good fucking show.
Hugh Dillon's on Flashpoint, and he's done a lot of movies. Yeah. I saw him recently. He's on. Kevin Costner has a new show that's done. It's done like a movie. I can't remember the name. Yellowstone. Thank you.
Everyone's been telling me to watch.
And Hugh Dillon is
that show, Al.
Hugh Dillon's the sheriff.
Is he?
Yeah. Yep. The lead singer of the Headstones.
Oh, Durham. The show I was talking about was Durham County.
I don't think I've seen that.
It was really, really good. It was kind of trippy. It was like some girl.
But yeah, Yellowstone is really good. You should watch it. Anybody who likes that kind of, I mean, Kevin Costner, to watch him on a weekly TV show, it's like
Kevin Costner is a solid actor.
I just watched Next this afternoon. That was Nick Cage.
But no, everyone has been telling me for months to watch Yellowstone.
You should. I'm all caught up.
I just haven't been in the mood. Honestly, when I watch TV, I kind of right now looking for comedies.
When you start that show, you'll see why everybody's telling you, because it's right off the bat. Right off the bat, it's a good show. It's not one of those. I usually give a new show 3 episodes, and then if it carries my attention, I'll do 3 more, and so on and so on. Right? But that one just grabs you by the boo boo. There's a few shows that grab you. Like Chicago PD grabs you.
Hillary just said, I am watching WandaVision. I'll tell you, the first 2 fucking episodes, I was like, but motherfucking thing is picking up now.
My sister keeps.
If you're into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, give WandaVision a shot.
My sister keeps telling me to watch Outlander, and I'm like, I watched 1 episode, and I was like,
Check out Superstore, Lenny.
been tempted to try that.
I've been
Superstore
is it any good?
Awesome. That's what I'm watching tomorrow. Is
it?
Superstore?
I might check it out.
Well, I'm ready to try it because one of the leads in it, he was in one of my favorite shows of all time is Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, you'll like this then.
I've seen it, but I can't remember what it is.
It's the same sort of flow.
It took me a while because Chrissy didn't really want to watch it because it reminded her too much of Walmart. And as soon as we started watching it, it's...
Oh, and she used to work at Walmart, didn't she?
Yeah, 15 years. Until she had enough.
I'll tell you, on Amazon Prime, the best show that I watched in the last few years is Louder Milk.
You know, I've been watching stuff on Tubi. It's another app. Yeah, and they've got like I've watched every episode they have on there of the the Dean Martin roasts. They've got some Johnny Carson show up there. They've got a lot of old stuff. Hell, you can even watch the whole Beverly Hills Billies collection.
I'll admit, what I'm actually looking a lot nowadays is like documentaries.
I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of stuff on YouTube. Sparks channel, Walt or whatever it's called.
I like to say with the documentary that I watch, but then we might get booted off of Facebook.
What?
Adventures into Psychedelics.
Yeah, you can watch those.
It was awesome. It got me. It got me actually wanting to try DMT, but then I don't know because I don't think I'm ready.
Paula suggested that we do that this summer at my place when she comes out because she's done it before and she used to do retreats, not retreats, but gatherings where people would come and try it.
Is this going to be like an Algram and nude one too? Or?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, so sure. Yeah, right. No, that's down the road a few miles.
Yeah, don't do that, Al.
I told Al was over, and I told him because he come over to when I first got the place, and I said you can put your trailer right there and just sit there naked and wave at people as they drive by on the highway.
Are you guys still in lockdown now?
In Toronto, we are. But I was up at the trailer because I got hydro coming on Saturday, and the restaurants up there are still open. It's dining in.
But it's outside of Toronto.
Yeah, but Toronto is completely in a lockdown. I don't even want to go for a walk down the street with my dog. We got coyotes roaming the city and everything.
Yeah, and I just saw that your mayor said that you're going to be mandatory masks until June 9th at least.
How do you pick a fucking date like that?
I'll be out of here by April anyways, so.
Yeah. I mean,
warm weather, Lenny.
What?
The warm weather. You don't get the flu in warm weather, remember?
Well, no, but just how do you pick that date out of your asshole? Like, what if everybody fucking went away in 30 days?
Well, somebody last night sent me.
They're still talking about. There's still
a letter from Trudeau with basically it had dates of what's going to happen.
Yeah, like on Monday they're reopening fucking schools here in Toronto and Hamilton in Ontario.
And now they're talking that they're not going to have a March break.
Yep, but there's still
students in
to keep the students in the school. Now they want to keep them in the school.
Now the last I heard is there's a new variant that is extremely infectious that just incidental contact for like half a second and you're automatically infected now.
Yep. And guess where it is?
The fucking mainstream media because
that's
fucking stupid.
That's just scare tactics.
It is. Well,
and yet I'm not saying COVID ain't real, but don't like instant second you're instantly fuck off.
Yeah.
Still got to penetrate your skin, got to hit a membrane, it's got to get into the body.
They call it the UK variant.
No, this is so there's been talk for years that the variants coming out will be COVID-19 and COVID-21. But now that that's been leaked out to the public to so much about COVID-21, we may never see a COVID-21. It's now going to be called the UK variant or whatever.
Okay.
But it's still a fucking cold.
Well, I think it's a severe call. Again, I'm not downplaying it, but don't like. But just,
It's a severe one, but
more and more and more and more, they're saying that cannabis it's not going to cure it, but it can be a deterrent for it, right?
And help alleviate a lot of the symptoms.
Okay.
Right,
I think
especially
that myself.
Pardon?
Is that because it's like a decongestant, Marcel?
Sure. Well, it's vasodilator, so
that's it. A vasodilator. That's the word.
Going to help blood flow.
Cannabis, like especially, actually more so CBD, to be honest. It's an antioxidant.
Yeah.
And it's also they're both anti-inflammatory. So.
And bronchodilator.
It's a decongestant too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Especially when you start getting strains with pinene and stuff like that, then it's like an instant decongestant, make your nose run.
Oh, I find the strands of pinene.
So schools have been shut down in Ontario since January?
Yeah.
Basically. You're starting to learn that Lenny doesn't really fucking read the news.
Yeah,
our schools are all
only
open
reason I know
Scotia.
is because David tells me when I talk to David, he tells me what's going on with his school.
Yeah,
right? So.
but I don't really follow.
Yeah, Lenny doesn't watch the news.
You know,
it's just depressing.
It is depressing.
To me, it's always the same thing.
I don't watch the news. I watch Netflix. And YouTube. That's it. I don't watch the news.
A month ago, if you turned on the news, all it was COVID and Trump.
Yep.
Now you turn on the news, it's nothing
COVID.
but COVID.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't even know where is Trump. We don't even know where he is right now.
He's probably on vacation.
American. We needed Trump. I'm fucking sad he's gone because honestly, what the fuck's going on in the USA? Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah. Biden's running it now. Oh, who cares?
Yeah,
whatever. Let them do whatever they want.
Nobody's
bring that Trump
watching.
guy back.
It's
He was fucking
now.
exciting. Yeah,
it's fucking boring. No one fucking pays attention.
But that's what I said when he got elected. I said, this is the best thing ever. I said, because he's going to make this fucking entertaining. Yeah. And he did, right to the very end.
Mind you, if I was a resident of the United States, I'm not looking for entertainment out of my politicians. But
no, I mean, a lot of people were getting pretty pissed, but...
As an outsider, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I have some very friends that are very staunch Democrats. And... love them. They're awesome people, but they're very staunch Democrats. And from the outside, this gets hilarious because I got friends that are Republicans and friends that are Democrats, and I'm watching both of them post shit. And it just makes it funnier. I miss Trump. Bring him back. He was exciting.
It wasn't boring anyway.
No, definitely not. COVID's boring.
You're boring.
Yeah, I know.
No, anyway, I was just curious how Ontario was doing.
We're all right.
So your schools have been closed all this time, and they're just opening them now.
Monday.
And Monday they open.
Monday.
Then what's the fucking complaint about March break?
They've been off, yeah.
They've been off for how long? Like a month.
And I think the one thing I did hear is like...
I think what they're worried about now is kids falling behind. I know that
everybody should be concerned of that.
David's having some trouble. I mean, he's doing really good. A lot of his courses he's doing really good because there's interaction there. But things like gym, he's sitting in his room in front of a camera, in front of a screen, doing sit-ups on his bed because there's not enough room on the floor. You know, I mean, it's a little bit, and you're doing it alone. You don't have that camaraderie. Right. So things like gym, I think, are a little bit silly to be doing online. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I actually, that's one of the things I hate about Facebook is because I read something the other day, one of those things that somebody posted, and it was about kids behind, and it was a letter from a kid that was from one of the war-torn countries, Serbia or something like that, whose schools were basically blown up. He went from grade 3 to grade 8 that he missed those because of war. When he got to the States or whatever, he started school. He's finished university. He's done everything. So it doesn't, I mean, they're not going to be left behind because they can always catch up. Right? It's just up to the kids too.
Yeah, that's
it's
also
harder.
for the
It's
parents
harder when you have a learning disability to begin with, and
Right.
you're thrusted into a situation like me. If I had to do classes like this, I'd be happier than a pig in shit, you know. But kids, they don't want to sit there in front of well, they do want to sit there in front of the computers,
but they want to play a game
they
that's
want to play a
exciting and
game.
they're
Like,
shooting
he'd rather
things
be
or-
playing hockey than sitting there talking to his classmates about, you know, how many times the moon goes around the earth in a day, you know, that kind of thing, right? I don't know. It's a stupid. I don't know.
No, but in
wouldn't that be
fairness-
on the instructor to make their classes a little more exciting and appealing to the online
Well,
audience?
you know, the teachers are getting used to this too, so, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a learning curve. They're all learning how to do this. But I don't have them. I just couldn't get over them going on that they people were upset that the kids would be working in class through March break. And now I'm even more pissed to find out that they had the fucking month of January off. What the fuck? Didn't you get fucking tired of your kids at all? Like, are you nuts? Why would you want them back so soon?
The other aspect of it is, am I correct? Like, Canadians can't really leave Canada anyway, can we?
No, they're not going anywhere. They're going to have their kids home for a fucking week that they just had for a month.
But if you're Canadian, you can come home. Paul Hartman just came home. He's sitting in quarantine in BC.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you if you somehow fly out of Canada down south,
let's go spring break.
14 days instantly,
and you come back. So you're 14 days now. What, 21 days?
And it's not 14 days at home. You have to go to some government approved hotel or something.
Yeah, and pay for it yourself. It's like $2,000 or something for the. No, what it is now is you don't have to quarantine for 14 days because it's now mandatory. When you land, you'll get a COVID test. You'll go to a hotel. You'll stay at that
5
hotel
days.
that's approved for the 72 hours until the test comes back.
5 days. I think Paul said 5 days he had to stay home.
Yeah, and you have to pay for. No, this is what they've just come out with. Is this new thing?
He just came home last week, dude. So we're talking. This is
I know.
Same program. Probably.
So it's only
but
72 hours.
This is all happening now, though. Like, even probably since Paul got here.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Like, this is really recent shit.
Okay.
They're trying to implement all this because of March break.
Yeah.
Ironically.
So you can go to March break.
They don't want you to go down to Florida and take your bikini top off and run around like a crazy girl.
Mm-hmm. Right. But when you come back, you're going to spend $2,000 or $3,000 it is for the hotel for the 72 hours that you're there.
Well, I just laugh at it, right? Trudeau and the politicians just fucking ban the flights, like, but they're instead of just showing the balls and doing it, because they're not allowed.
Well, they've already talked about banning some flights.
Well, they're going to wait and see how many fucking people are stupid enough to go down and pay the money.
Trying to just do a walk around and like make all these rules so like no person in the right fucking mind would go, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting to the point where even companies are threatening their employees. My sister's boyfriend was going to come here for his sister's wedding, and basically he got a letter from his company saying that if you left the province, you may not have a job when you come back.
Yeah, I think you get in trouble over that one. If he's got the vacation time.
Yeah. Maybe vacation time.
Well, I mean it's not essential, but I mean, Jesus, it's his sister's wedding, for God's sake. So anyway, he misses his sister's wedding. I mean, and this is the kind of thing. Here's one. As you know, last year my mom passed away. We still have not got her stone. You're supposed to do that in the Jewish faith within the first year. Because of COVID, we got notified just before this second lockdown that the stone was ready. And now we can't put it up because the people who do that work are not essential workers. So now we have to wait even longer to put the headstone up.
You know what? If you had some fun and some good lawyers.
Yeah, no.
They just violated your charter rights, dude.
I know.
There's a lawsuit there, son.
Well, it's also the Jewish faith too, So.
I know they just violated your charter rights for your religious beliefs.
But what?
As much as everyone wants to think the pandemic and the emergency things trump, nothing in this country trumps the charter rights.
Of course.
No, but it's very scary.
This is why we have a medical cannabis program, is because that was a violation of our charter rights.
No, but just for Al and his family not to be able to do this headstone because they're banning it, that actually is infringement on the Jewish faith charter of rights.
Here's the thing, though. It's the cemetery itself that have...
No, but they're reacting because of the law.
Yes.
But
yet the cemetery is open, and I can go visit my mother and my family and my father.
So who's refusing to do the work?
The actual construction workers that do the
they're
actual
doing what the
concrete
government told them
like
right.
They are not deemed as essential workers until that is lifted. They are not doing headstones.
Okay, so what you do is you get one Jewish lawyer to take this on as a case, and he'll go after the government for this, and the outcome your mom's stone will get put up.
You know what? Another few months, my mom won't mind.
Exactly.
Oh no!
And
I know you don't mind. I'm just saying, technically, that it is an example of the government is overstepping its bounds.
My cousin passed away shortly after my mom did, and she was buried, and the headstone's already up. So
yeah,
it's I think in this case, it's a matter of who in the synagogue that can do a little shoving for you, and my mom. I could probably.
Are you telling me even in death you got to know somebody?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I could probably call my mom's. I could probably call my mom's rabbi and say blah 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 blah, and then it would be fixed. But like I said, my mom's not in a rush. She's not going anywhere.
So see, that's a good point, because I had that conversation today with somebody, and that was the exact point that I was trying to get across. It's great to pick a battle, but in the long term, is it really fucking worth it?
I'm done battling. My battles
all of the
are done.
Stress and headache.
I got my weed.
And if you win,
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. See, so you're content with this, and that's the way things should be. Because, I mean, if you wanted to hand that over to the lawyer, that's still your choice.
Do
I'd
I
support
want
your
to
choice
sit
either way.
one more thing to make my life miserable? No.
Exactly. No. So this was the point that I was trying to get across to this guy today was, is it really fucking worth going through all of the bullshit to only just further stress yourself in life? And regardless the outcome, nobody's going to be a fucking winner. All right? So
it's not going to bring her back.
Pardon?
It's not going to bring her back.
No, exactly.
She's still there. Vertical.
Yeah, you'll still be miserable.
She has grass now,
one way or another.
She's got more grass than she did hair. Sorry, Mom.
now, Al, we're playing. February 11th. Is there some big thing in Toronto? Businesses are opening up and saying "fuck everybody."
You know what? I've heard there are several. There's a business.
Some things in the Star.
There's a business association that is going to be defying the people, the members of this association. They're going to be defying the lockdown order and reopening their businesses. That's all I know, but that's basically
interesting
what
if they do it.
It'd be interesting to see what the fines will total.
They left the people. There's been a protest, a gathering, a group down at Queen's Park, which is the Ontario Legislative Buildings, where Mr. Ford is. Okay. And they've been, doing their pole dancing and yada, yada. They got their flags, right? Their poles, their signs. I found it interesting that they left them alone, and then they started arresting people. When they started pushing the businesses, they started pushing back at these demonstrations. Are you guys having demonstrations there as well for COVID stuff?
No, fuck.
Not really.
I think honestly,
there might be the odd thing. But
not really.
No. We don't have a COVID.
We're not really
problem in our
locked
province.
down at the moment.
But you were they've opened the borders and that the so-called borders. You can
the borders
on the island.
No. The borders ended up closing because New Brunswick started getting too many cases. So we closed the borders, and we've been maintaining. You
can't get on and off the island.
We've got 10 active cases.
You can't get on and off the island now, Marcel.
Oh, it's 8 now.
8 now, and none today.
Can you get on the island now? Like could I drive there and go on the island now?
Sure. When you get there, you're going to do PI. As soon as you get there, you're going to do your 14 days.
Okay, so they'd still make you.
Oh, hell yeah. So we still have people coming from Ontario. I mean, Halifax is now listed as the second fastest growing city in the country, next to Oshawa, Ontario. Toronto's already lost 50,000 people from their population.
And they're saying here in Ontario, a lot of people are going up to Peterborough and North Bay and stuff like that.
They're trying to get out of Toronto.
Yeah.
They're all trying to get out of Toronto.
Heavy centers. That's all it is.
So a lot of them are moving this way. Yeah. And as soon as they get here, 14 days quarantine.
Really?
Listen, I'm gonna educate everyone.
Okay.
The premiers and the chief medical officers in the Maritimes aren't any geniuses. They just don't have very dense populations and high trust. The Maritimes was the one time honestly, up until COVID, the Maritimes got shit. Our economy wasn't booming. The only reason it's good now, we're benefiting from being isolated. That's it.
Yeah, as quick as houses come on the market here in Truro, man, I'm telling you, they get bought up fucking lickety split, man.
That happened during the summer when I was looking too.
Population move.
Yeah.
Well, even people in Halifax are moving it's everything. Just people. Yeah. Everyone does not want to be in.
Everybody wants to get into those heavy centers and
any place where it's heavy population and public transit. It's gonna happen.
I'm seriously considering looking for another apartment up by where my place is there. Because I don't even go out anymore. I don't even want to go shopping. I went and visited Matt and Val, Shatterizer people there the other day. It's the first time I've went and been in front of other people, other than my sister and my superintendent.
I went and did my Costco thing last week.
Did you?
But that's the one that pisses me off more than anything.
You have to go into New Brunswick, don't you?
It's 40 minutes away in New Brunswick, but no, I've got no choice but to go 2 hours to go to Halifax.
And how much so you've been in Costco? How much social distancing and fucking rules were in there?
Actually, quite a bit. And
I'll tell you, Walmart, there's fucking nothing.
No, Walmart is bad, but Costco is pretty good. And I mean, you can't get into Costco without a card, anyways. So
but once you get in there, you're telling me they fucking restrict the number of people in there? Bullshit.
Actually, they do.
They make everybody line up outside to look good, but once you're fucking in, you're in.
Oh, maybe that way. Because Sunday when I came by there, I came by the one out in Bears Lake, and the lineup was out the door, around the building, and around the corner. I was like, holy fuck, man, everybody must want Costco. But you're right, when you're inside,
it's a free-for-all. But on the inside, once you get in the inside, the one that we were at in Dartmouth Crossing, everybody kind of just kept a half-decent distance away from each other anyways.
They do a little bit better, but they're not really restricted.
They're not like Walmart. I know what you mean in Walmart, but there's nobody... I don't think it's possible for a store that size to pay the employees to go around and make sure that people are social distancing.
No, but my issue is they're again, here I'm getting on my fucking political soapbox, but they're making these poor hair salons and these other fucking goddamn things shut down.
Right.
Fucking Walmart and Costco get to fucking be
even
full
pet places are even shut down here.
That's the one thing
that's not right.
there's no flu season this year.
Because there's no international travel. That's all that is, people.
Yeah. The cold season, they're saying there's no cold season. Well, look at our fucking weather. It's been beautiful, right? Yeah. So why would we have colds? And usually the colds and the flu came together because your immune system's fucking already beat. But social distancing to me is still great, but there's no reason. If anything, we should close all the big box stores first.
Yeah, they're always they seem to be exempt all the time.
It's because of the money.
Oh no, but it's horseshit.
Yeah, no, but they can afford to pay lawyers to keep them open. So governments, I don't even think even want to bother.
Close the big stores and let the little stores stay open.
They got 1,000 square feet of fucking groceries, and then they get to open the rest of the whole fucking place up.
Yeah. And the pharmacy, Lenny, don't forget about the little pharmacy.
Oh, the little fucking what's a Costco? Fucking 20,000 square feet, 30,000 square feet.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Len,
so 5% of it's essential.
And they make it so that you walk through all of the crap before you get to the food at Costco.
No, but that's what the issue is. This is what people don't get.
Walmart does the opposite. When you walk into Walmart, you get to the food, and then it's the crap.
No, but when you're making gyms and restaurants, and they're making these poor fuckers shut down,
yeah,
and you let these sons of bitches be open, no wonder nobody likes your politicians or respect you.
Of course.
So because all the people's like, why is everybody upset with the politicians? Because they're picking and choosing what they fucking do with no science or logic behind it.
Right. They're making sure that their friends stay happy.
Well, I don't even know if it's just that. It's just there's just no like hypocrites. But it's just that's what bothers me. Like if it was a true lockdown for everyone's sake, but now like Al or in Ontario, could you go to a Walmart right now? They're allowed to be open, aren't they?
I'm not sure about Walmart, but they've closed.
Grocery stores are.
Grocery stores. I've been into the Metro, and I've been to Canadian Tire, but they only have curbside pickup now, right? I had to order it, and then they send you an email and say your order's ready. You can go pick it up. Okay. And I believe that Walmart is doing something similar, but there was a hell of a lot of people in the parking lot when I went by the other day.
I'm just speculating. I'm going to bet dollars and donuts are
open. I think they are open, but everything else is pretty much closed. Like Best Buy's closed. You have to order and pick it up. Same with Staples and or Pens, whatever they're called now. I don't know.
Yeah. No. And anyway, I just think it's crazy.
So I have a question for you, Len.
Yeah.
Your pharmacy is called?
The Medicine Shop.
The Medicine Shop. Are you affiliated with the one here in Toronto?
They're franchises.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize they were franchises.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, there's all kinds of them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because the logo was the same, and I was like, hey!
Oh, yeah. No. It's like we're Tim Hortons. Like, I don't own all the Tim Hortons. I don't own all the medicine shops.
No. Well, that's what I was getting at.
It's a franchise.
I didn't know if so. Okay, cool. I didn't realize it was a franchise.
Yep, that's what it is.
That's all.
He owns a McDonald's drugstore.
A McDonald's drugstore.
McDonald's drugstore. Yeah.
Yeah. They pop up wherever there's a population.
Well, I mean, I drove by. It's just at St. Clair and Bathurst, I think it is.
I'm sure there's probably
I drove by and it didn't even look like your regular drugstore. There wasn't
They're
even
small.
really.
It's not.
Yeah, it was more. It looked like more like a bookstore than anything, to be honest. Just the way it was laid out. No, I just drove by.
Go into one and take a look around because it's not what you'd expect a Lawton's or a Shoppers Drug Mart to be. This is actually a pharmacy where
I'll make fun of those. I call those guys small marts.
Yeah, because you can't go into Lenny's store and get bags of chips and cans of pop and chocolate bars.
I go to a small one that is a smaller pharmacy because I don't particularly like going into Shoppers. I don't like the big stores, right? So I decided that I was going to keep it local, and I just go to the local IDA over here, a Rexall.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
there's
actually,
some
I was
smaller
wrong.
XL ones.
I was wrong about that because you could go into Lenny's store and you could buy a chocolate bar, but it's going to be a very nutritious protein bar. If you
No,
want it,
no.
if you
I'm
want
gonna
it-
cut you off on there, Marcel, because he does have chocolate bars and stuff, but they're for charity.
Oh, those things?
those ones aren't his.
Some guys
that's
think I
a
put this
box.
up for charity.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
the only
his.
chocolate bar you'll find.
But that's not. No. He's got chocolate protein bars and things like that.
No,
No?
he's making fun. There's like
Yeah, I know.
there is some junk food in there, but it's the whatever.
If you want
moderation.
gum, he's got that, but it's got nicotine in it.
It's got nicotine in it.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like going to Shoppers Drug Mart, which is supposed to be a drugstore pharmacy, but all they have is a pharmacist.
Shoppers
in the
has
back corner.
become like a Walmart, a wall drug.
PharmaSave. I mean, some
Well,
of the
the
stuff
U.S.
that we can
is
get at
CVS, the
PharmaSave.
Walgreens, like the U.S. It's the same thing down there.
Jean Coutu in Quebec is the same way.
Yeah.
And New Brunswick. But Medicine Shop went a different route and decided, hey, let's be an actual pharmacy, and that's it. And is it working?
I pay the bills.
Yeah. And you got two of them, so you must have something into it. So
No.
to me, it makes sense. Plus you don't have all of that.
It's a lot less headaches.
Yeah. And you know your traffic that's coming in are customers that know what they want, not people that are just browsing because you have a makeup counter.
Yeah, I don't really have a shoplifting issue or anything like that.
No.
What are they going to steal? A box of Band-Aids?
Well, you can't. You honestly, people.
It depends.
When people come in to browse, it's like we're right on top of you because it's like, "Hi, can we help you?"
Yeah. Hey, Marcel, I'm sure if someone was going to steal the pens, Lenny would give them to him.
Yeah. You got what, 10 feet from you to the wall?
Yeah.
So
you
but
need a pen that
there's not
badly.
really- It's hard to steal there because honestly, you can't come in and not have eyes on you.
Yeah, you're under eagle eye all the time, which is great because you don't have to pay for security and you don't have a loss ledger in your
No,
books.
it's not a big thing that way. But in the end, it's more of just. It's not even to be a dick. It's just like we're there to service you, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, if anybody's going in there, they're 9 times out of 10 they know exactly what they want, or they're going to have questions.
No,
Hey,
when they come in browsing, we know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Marcel?
Yeah.
Just like Jeff Dunham would say with Walter, welcome to the medicine shop. Get your shit and get out.
I love him. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all of his characters.
What other cannabis news is going on?
Well,
GW Pharma.
GW Pharma.
Yeah.
Already trashed
The
Tweed's
CBD, we
drink,
talked about the
so-
CBD
Yeah, you
stuff.
gave Edison some
I
props.
gave
Good for
Edison,
you.
and I mean, I'm not a big fan of Edison, but I'll tell you, I like Edison's logo. Their marketing crap is pretty cool.
Actually, Edison's got a sick logo. I'll have to give them credit there too.
I love
their swag.
I've got the white hat with the black logo.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. It's a beautiful hat.
I love their swag. I have to admit it.
Their chocolate balls. That's, in all honesty, the only edible that I've had on the East Coast from the legal market that's tolerable. Unfortunately, it's made with distillate, so little to no effect for me.
But honestly, I think Cannabis is kind of quiet lately. I don't think there's any real.
No,
not so much.
Any,
There's been a few things.
Delta 8 talk earlier.
Something went on. Something went on with Aurora last week or something like that. But something's always going on with Aurora.
Something's
There was
always
another
going on with
merger
Aurora because they've got to
something.
keep their shareholders happy. And Darcy follows Oxley. And what's news? Oxley's news. Anything interesting at all happening in Oxley?
No, not really. They just sold a bunch of shares, sold a bunch of stock off here a couple of weeks ago. But besides that, no, everything's been kind of quiet.
So they're fundraising just to pay their own bills, or
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there, Marcel, but you know what assuming does? It makes an ass out of you and me. So
Some people like being ass.
I don't want to be an ass, so I don't want to assume. But anyways, Al, back to your genetics.
I was just going to say that.
Is it grow segment time?
Yeah.
Okay,
wait.
You need your music.
Play the intro, dude.
This is how I grow the weed.
We still need a death metal version.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's still good though. I like that.
It's good, but we need the hardcore death metal.
Well, you know what? Apple doesn't have that on their loops in their Garage Band. That was the hardest I could find.
Really?
That was the hardest.
I must admit, I looked for a while, but not that long. But that was pretty much the hardest I could find. Yeah.
Does it have to come from Apple?
Well, I was using Garage Band. I have an Apple, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has an apple. Anyways, back to your genetics, Al.
All right. Genetic me.
To what Marcel was saying, you do want strains that will finish around here. There's lots of books out there that of all kinds of different genetics. I have the whole collection of them. So if you ever want to know about a strain and you can't find it online, there's a good chance it's in one of my books. So
okay, cool.
I can always help you out there. But back to the picking the strains. 1 second there. No.
Hang up on them.
I just did.
Good.
Oops.
Darn.
Should
have turned on and just kept talking.
Well, yeah,
let them listen. Let them listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, this is it. No, so like Marcel was saying, you want to pick strains that are that will grow in your geographic location, to put it bluntly. So Dutch Passion, Sensei Seeds.
I've heard Dutch Passion.
They're two of the most reputable ones I found for outdoor for Canada for the most part.
What about Nexus? They have a good selection.
What's that?
Nexus.
I don't know what their seeds would be like outdoors because I've never tried Nexus seeds outdoors.
That's
I know who it is. I've just never tried them outdoors. I've had their seeds indoors, but not outdoors.
Dr. Green Thumb is another one, Al.
Okay.
He has a lot of. What's that?
It's not like Cypress Hill, Dr. Green Thumb.
No. This company named their seed company Dr. Green Thumb.
Okay, just clarifying.
Yeah, no, totally. No affiliation to Cypress Hill.
All right, just because he has his own shit.
Yeah, he's got his own.
Right?
Everybody's got
Be Real does, yes.
Old school Reefer Man seeds was a good one. If you can find some of them older strains of Reefer Man.
Yeah, Reefer Man's a good one. Yes, you're right there too.
Not his most recent ones, because his most recent ones are going to be coming from South Asia, Caribbean, Colombia, that area.
Jordan of the Island is another good one.
Okay.
Most of his genetics are all indoor, outdoor, and they only take anywhere between 45 and 60 days. So any of them ones that are 45 to 55 out, they'll mostly finish around here, and should for you in Ontario.
And I can probably get two grows off if I do the
autoflowers.
The autoflowers, yeah.
Then when it comes to autoflowers, like I said, you can get into regular autoflowers or you can get into super autos. Super autos are just
super auto
autoflowers that are 20 to 30 days longer in flower.
More GMO.
Yeah, well, no GMO. It's just like taking our regular strain and not taking. For me, it's like not taking as much time to bring it in. Right? You got it to autoflower. It still takes a little longer, but it's still done in enough time before all the frost and all the bad weather.
So autoflowers, you don't want to leave them out in the frost like you would a regular.
No, I find especially here in Nova Scotia, August it can be predictable. It could be humid as fuck, or it could not be, and that's usually when a lot of your autos are maturing and budding up really nice. And if you got any big fat buds, all that humidity is breeding ground for mold. So you got to keep an eye on them.
That makes sense.
But especially if you're dealing with, and I'll say it, I don't care, companies like Crap King. I
always laugh every time I hear people talking about Crap King and what happened with you. So
okay, Marcel.
Yeah.
So I want to show you.
I didn't
something
have a very good experience, Al.
I want to show you guys something for a second. Do you remember at the beginning of the season, Mr. Matthew from Shatterizer? I know he's listening, so he's going to kill me. He went and we had to straighten him out on the
Isn't
whole,
that his grow?
The whole Miracle Grow thing. I have a bud here from his grow of some Purple Kush that came, and it came out really nice. It's a little stringy, but here it is here, right? And it's got because he
that's actually not a bad looking outdoor bud.
He flushed it really well. He had like 3 or 4 different strains. He flushed them really well from his little incident. He won't do it again.
So Grasshopper learned well.
So if he does it again, I might have to unfriend him.
Yeah, so I thought I'd show you that. Yeah, I was really proud of him. Although all the corn that he grew, the squirrels ate. He said.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, maybe I better not do some corn this year. Like, I'm gonna try and do some corn and some potatoes and stuff that I like to eat. Right.
Buy some of that good GMO corn, Al, and the squirrels won't eat it.
Ooh, that's a good idea. And then I can get pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, only 10 years down the road, though.
Oh, well, yeah. Am I going to really be here for 10 years more, you think?
I hope so.
We'll be sitting here 10 years from now. What the fuck are we talking about today?
Remember, Al, you said you wouldn't be here?
Let's get an online death clock started for you, Al.
You know what? Okay, so when I was 25, I sat there and thought, what am I going to be doing at 55? And like, I'm 57 this year. And like, I'm sitting here and I'm not doing anything that I thought I'd be doing. So, are you?
Who, me?
Any one of you.
I'm pretty sure Lenny didn't think you'd be running a cannabis company.
I was going to say,
that's fucking true right there, Darcy. I never.
I didn't think I'd ever be working at one. I figured, honest to God, I figured I'd be in jail by now because I figured I would get caught.
Matt said, "Damn squirrels."
In high school, I wrote a paper on how Canada could get rid of their deficit by legalizing cannabis.
Jesus, weren't we talking about that 10 years ago?
Yeah, that was more than 10 years ago, though, that I wrote that, and they legalized cannabis and fucked everything up.
Yeah.
I knew what to do back in the 70s, how to fix this, and we'd have no bills.
So, Darcy, I don't know if I've ever told you this story.
Oh, what's that, Lenny?
So, obviously, I graduated pharmacy, and they do their stupid yearbooks and things like that, so I had to do a quote, right?
Yeah.
And you'll appreciate this one. To be the most electrifying pharmacist.
Nice. Nice.
I get something like that. Obviously, I'm ripping off the WWE and The Rock, right?
You were quoting The Rock. That's awesome.
Yeah, I put it right in my I think it's still in my yearbook, wherever the fucking thing is.
That is awesome. That's when Lenny was a wrestling fan. I suppose he still is a wrestling fan.
I still am, but I love that era.
I will say though, right now, man, AEW does have a way better product than WWE, though.
Do they? I've heard that.
Sure do. They sure do. It's more entertaining. It's more different. It's something it's kind of less predictable. You don't really know what's going to happen week to week. WWE is the same old, right?
Do you guys
beat you up with some chairs, kick you out of the ring.
Do you have the old style touring wrestling companies that are out there? Do they still come out there?
They do, but because of COVID, no, they haven't been out there.
Not now, but
I actually spawned there's a bunch of little local circuits, Al, like just local guys.
Yeah.
But do a good job.
My friend Brady Witham, actually, he used to be on YTV, and he he promotes wrestling, old school wrestling with midgets and all of that shit.
Nice.
Yeah. And he tours all over the place. I think he goes to different countries with it, and yeah. And he's
cool.
the MC. Yeah.
No, there's unfortunately when they pulled the curtain back on wrestling. I know it's entertainment, but
I used to watch it back in the 90s, 80s.
but
80s.
just like they almost like embrace too much that it's like entertainment now versus
I think the downfall of the wrestling that we know is over the years, the wrestlers that we watched, we learned too much about personally, and it went from the TV to Hulk Hogan's banging somebody else's wife, and it got a little silly.
Yeah, a bit of that.
You know what I mean?
When they broke kayfabe, the kayfabe, when kayfabe broke, that was it.
I stopped watching. I used
and
to
I'm going
watch
to say
it.
that was when the Montreal Screwjob right after.
That's the event that really. But you know what? The WWE had quite the run after that event.
Oh, they sure did.
Are they done? Do they even do a show anymore?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they like 2 shows a week.
Oh,
it's on every night.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw is still on in that.
Yep.
Raw, SmackDown, and now they have NXT.
And did the Hulk come back again yet?
No.
I think he's done now, probably.
He was.
He comes back
keeps popping up once in a while.
Yeah, and so
Vince
does
brings him
The
back
Rock.
when he needs to try to get some TV ratings. He figures
Or some money.
Yep.
No, I think Hogan's. He's had enough comebacks. I don't think he's going to do any more.
I think he's pretty.
The guy they bring back now is The Rock. When they need a bump, they
keep bringing him back. I keep seeing he's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just brought back Goldberg.
Did they?
I saw they brought back Goldberg.
I don't watch it, but every now and then, I don't watch cable TV. I don't have cable, but every now and then you're sitting there watching something on YouTube and something will come up, right?
Like Darcy, like I don't sit there and watch it every Monday night, but when I see that it happens to be on, I'll flip by and just check it out.
Oh yeah, it's something that I'm bored.
But I love watching classic wrestling. Like the fun thing is on Joe Rogan recently, they actually had Mark Calloway, like the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, they did have
the original Undertaker.
Great interview and just.
Is that the original guy?
Undertaker, same guy.
Yeah.
But he was also saying like he actually, even outside of the ring, he was so scared to ruin his character for the last 30 years in public. He was the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Only now that he'll even talk in his normal voice.
Is he retired now?
He just retired.
Yeah. And is the pole bearer still around, or did he?
He died 5 years ago.
He died.
Time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like five or 6 years ago, he died.
That guy scared me just to look at him.
Yeah, he was kind of weird looking. But great. As I honestly listened to the Joe Rogan episode of The Undertaker a few weeks ago, it was really cool.
I watched the documentary they did about Jake the Snake, which was very interesting.
Oh, that's amazing. And
it was very interesting.
When Lenny says he does yoga, that's what Lenny does, eh?
Yeah.
His Diamond Dallas Page.
They're both in AEW now.
Dallas is wrestling again?
No, he's a manager, and so is Jake. Jake's a manager.
Is he?
Yeah, a lot of people thought he was just gone. He was dead.
He was gone.
But
Dallas Page is.
He just.
I'll tell you,
he brought him back. He's done that for a few people. I wasn't even a big
Dallas Page fan as a wrestler, to be honest.
He's brought a few old school wrestlers out of the skids.
I'll tell you, he is doing good for humanity with his yoga and his motivational speaking and books, and I respect that man a ton.
Is Jake still staying clean?
They say he is.
He had a crack problem, didn't he?
He had a crack problem since the 80s.
Huh.
He was known for that though. Even even in the 80s, that story was around, right?
Yeah. Now everybody's doing shrooms and weed.
You know what? They're better off. Better off.
So why don't we wrap this crap up and say goodnight to the nice people?
Yeah, because people just come in and told me that they're talking about ordering a pizza out there. And
I have had a craving for a pizza for the last couple of days.
I got spoiled because I'm not a pizza fan. I never was, but then I started eating pizza in Toro, and I love that pizza.
So I don't eat pizza.
Acropole?
Yeah, I hate
good old Pinto County pizza, Lenny.
I don't like the taste of tomatoes, and I'm not a fan of pizzas with tomato sauce.
Yeah, for the people across the country, it's worth getting an Acropole pizza delivered to you.
They do freeze them and ship them to Alberta.
They really do.
They fly them out every Friday.
Hey, there's a what's that Montreal Deli there? They just opened a store here in Toronto, and they ship things back and forth.
Yeah, no, this isn't the store to store. There's people working in the oil fields out in Fort Mac and places like that order these pizzas and have them flown to Alberta so they can heat them up and eat them.
Just like lobster.
Yeah, but we call it Pictou County pizza. I'm from New Glasgow, which is Pictou County, Nova Scotia.
Okay.
The pizza there, it's also called the brown sauce pizza. I think it's really a Greek-based pizza.
Yeah.
But it's different than any pizza that most people are accustomed to.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's Greek name
give you
pizza because
heartburn?
the actual name of the place should be pronounced
Acropole.
But they answer the phone as Acropole and get
Even
really
them
upset.
Themselves.
Yeah, they get upset if you say if you say it Acropole. They get upset about it. So,
but the owners call it Acropole as well. Because I had the debate with them one day. It's like it is Acropole, isn't it? He's like, I don't know. My dad founded the place. He always called it Acropole.
Yeah. So it wasn't as from his name or anything then.
No, not at all. And but if you go,
the name.
Pictou County, there's no such thing as really a tomato sauce pizza.
Really?
You guys are making me hungry now.
There's no like Grecos or anything in New Glasgow.
Maybe, yeah, but I think we have a Greco in New Glasgow. I'm not sure.
I got a Pizza Nova down on the corner. I might go visit.
But that would be it. But there's no.
Are they essential service? Pizza essential services? I know Hungarian food is because the restaurant there that I like is open.
The pizzas were open, or pizzeries were open here.
Yeah, everything's open. Restaurants are open
as essential. I mean, it's food. Everybody was stuck home. I'll tell you. You know who made? I don't know what it's like in Ontario, but KFC has made a killing on this whole lockdown crap.
You go to KFC. There's only one in the area, that's probably 20-minute drive from here, and there's always a lineup at the drive-thru. Always.
In Truro, the lineup starts out on the main drag and then goes right around the building.
In Campbellford,
I don't think I've had KFC in 3 years.
In Campbellford, the only drive-through that they have there is a Tim Hortons, and there's a lineup down the fucking road, literally through all of Campbellford. There's a lineup going all the time at Timmy's. There's a good 20, 30, sometimes 45-minute wait.
I could ask Darcy what he's doing.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm lining my jars because I'm burping them.
Okay, because I saw you cutting papers. I thought you were making filters. That looks good, actually.
Oh, no, this stuff turned out awesome. That's that AK Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crystallized old puck. You'll get some, Lenny.
Let's wrap this shiznit up, guys. Let's say goodnight.
Wrap it up.
And we'll talk to you next week. Good show.
That's what
blah,
she
blah,
said.
blah, 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 blah.
Peace, love, all that other stuff. Don't forget to turn off Facebook.
Yep. I will in a second.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
I'm trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
The recording has stopped.